concept of using an avatar to practice coping mechanisms and new behaviors, the idea behind that is that it creates new pathways in the brain and it helps you practice these things and emulate them and make them become a part of you.
Looking for your player too? Welcome to the Date Like a Nerd podcast, where your gamer skills, dice rolls, and cosplay are your greatest dating assets. I'm Alex, and I'm a dating coach who helps shy, introverted nerds find their player 2 organically. I've interviewed hundreds of nerds and learned what really works. Here we skip the just be confident cliches and get real about how nerds actually meet their player 2. Are you ready? Hey everyone, I'm Alex, and I help shy, introverted nerds with their dating fears and anxieties to find their player 2. Today we're going to be talking about gaming communities, right? So online communities, I know many people play online and they want to meet someone and maybe you don't know how to do it. There's a lot of stigma around finding a partner through online communities and gaming. So today I brought you Kaylee. Kaylee's an anthropologist that writes about gaming and gaming communities. She's also a certified therapeutic game master, game writer, and game manager. Kaylee, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, no problem. I'm happy to be here.
So this is sort of like a different point of view, which is why I brought you here, right? Because I have the point of view of like someone who's been in online communities, who like was a part of it. I know the value of it, but I know that you have like a different view. So like, can we start with just like, why do people join communities in general? Just not like online, but like in general, because for some people, when I say like, go and find a community to find a partner, they're like, oh, that's not why people go there, right? It's like, it's bad. In my mind, there's plenty of reasons to join communities. What do you say? What do you think?
Well, just the coming from anthropology, anthropologically speaking, a community is a source of protection, a source of support. So if you're just for the example of, sports is a community, religion is a community. Everyone comes together, they support each other. There are certain limitations to those types of communities when it comes to like relationships and, whatever. But when it comes to things like gaming, a lot of people find that attractive because people believe the same things that they believe. People have the same values. People have the same interests. Oh, you read this book. Oh, I loved this book when I was a kid growing up. And oh, I loved this game. Or, and it's nostalgia. It's a recognition of yourself and other people. It's a sharing of interests. And you feel safe. Community is your safety spot, the place where you feel the most yourself and the place where you feel the most secure. And other people are allowed to also feel that way with you. So it is the sharing of your deepest self with other people. There's so much excitement and joy of being able to find someone, no matter what that type of relationship looks like. Someone who recognizes you and shares a part of what you love in themselves, right? So, you can find someone online, be friends with them for decades, and just never meet them, but they're your die-hard friend because of the connection that you've made.
Yeah. You mentioned safety, right? I've been reading and writing about attachment theory for a while. And attachment theory started with parent, mostly mother-child relationship. Then it moved to, romantic relationship. Then they're like, also with like therapist and friend and extended family. And now, like the latest things that I read is more about, it's much broader, right? You can have attachment to communities, to religion, to a pet, to etc.
Yeah.
So I think like part of the role of the communities is sort of like build that, like you're saying, like support system, safe place where you can actually become more secure, right? And I have interviews. One of them, it's not going to be
I think it's going to be released after this one, where the person, Belmont, Pete Belmont, he was saying throughout most of the interview, he's like, yeah, I talk to everybody, everything's good, like I'm super social. And then at some point he was like, well, but I wasn't always like that. I used to be like super shy and quiet and serious until I met a kid who invited me to play chess, like to a chess club. There I made friends, and then we got together to play video games. That's when I started feeling better about myself, gaining self-esteem, and feeling more secure around other people, right? And I had the same, like, I grew up from when I was 14 to 21. I was part of the Tolkien Association, right? So I grew up as nerds are cool, nerds are great, being a nerd is fantastic. I didn't really have nerdy friends at school, but I had my own community. So
Yeah.
I gained my self-esteem like that. And like on an individual level, right? I think that's a really big thing, regardless of whether you join because you like the hobby, or because you want to make friends, or because you want to find a partner, or because you want to practice on your social skills, right? That community, I think, is a really big part of it. Is there a difference between what communities used to be like, which was exclusively in person, and now with online communities? Is there a difference either in the dynamic or something?
You know what? I really don't. If you look at what happened during the pandemic, you see the communities that popped up online: book clubs, knitting clubs, gardening clubs, people sewing masks for people that needed to work in hospitals and stuff like that. Like, we cared about each other. We created community that supported and loved other people, and they were strangers, right? And that is, effectively what human beings are. We are gregarious creatures, which means that we thrive in community. We need other people to talk to laugh with, to share our lives with. It's important to our mental and physical and emotional health that we have that connection. We cannot live in isolation. We are not made to do that. That's why there's so much, mental and emotional health problems out there. And it actually makes me really upset. But if people just embraced each other and had more access to like the way that they felt, and were more open to supporting each other in the silly times, the less serious moments, we would have less problems. And I truly do believe that. And that is what community is.
And that includes online communities.
Absolutely.
When, like, if someone's like wanting to join a gaming community or an online community, right? What's usually the dynamic? Like, I go to World of Warcraft, create a character, or any other game. How do I make friends? How does it work? What's the dynamic?
There's a lot of ways to make friends within multiplayer games. You can just walk up to some random person and be like, "Hi, would you like to partner up with me for this mission today, like right now, and we can just split whatever we get?" Or there's guilds. I know that ESO has guilds. I know that Diablo has guilds. I know, those are the games that I play. But you can apply to any of those guilds. Usually they like share banks, share mats. One of the things that my husband did was he loves to craft. So we joined a guild, and he started crafting armor for the other guild members, and just asking them about like what their stats are, what kind of armor they needed, what kind of ingredients they needed for their potions, or like whatever. That starts a conversation. Join a Discord. Oh, I make this, I do this, I'm looking for this. you know, just ask a question, or like, I want to level up my alchemy. Does anyone have any suggestions? And then that starts a conversation. It's low stakes. No one's going to criticize you for asking that specific question because everyone started somewhere. And you might get like some really good answers, and you also might make friends. Oh, I'm part of this guild. We do alchemy. Come and join us. We have mats. We have, whatever, and you can join, and then you just start, playing with your friends. It's overcoming that initial fear.
Yeah. And I think being behind the screen might make it an easier transition than going in person as well, right? Because it's a keyboard and you don't have to be in person, so it's sort of an easier way in.
You can, if you think about it, you can use your avatar, like your game character, and turn them in. I'm not advocating lying about who you are and what or anything, but you can use your avatar and give them all of the traits that you want. Outspoken, confident, happy to talk back, whatever. Like somebody says something, oh sure, like yeah, let's have a conversation. But the avatar is talking for you, and you're there like, what should my character say? Choose your dialogue. That's a helpful thing in the D&D games that I run. The people look at their avatars as an extension of themselves and all of the qualities that they want to have, as opposed to all of the things that they already they need to work on.
Yeah.
It's a good way to help boost confidence.
Right. How can they bring that into the real world?
If you practice it enough, it should. So the concept of using an avatar to practice coping mechanisms and new behaviors. The idea behind that is that it creates new pathways in the brain, and it helps you practice these things and emulate them and make them become a part of you. Right. So you're using your character. The more you use it, the more it becomes a part of your mind, a big part of your personality. So yeah, you get a little nervous, but it's already in there. It's in your brain. It's in there. It's stored away. And you just need to broach that little initial fear, and you'll find, oh wait, no, I do this. I know how to do this. I've been doing this. This is okay. It's a little weird, but it's okay.
Yeah, I had this conversation a couple of times this past month of like people saying like, oh, I don't want to have to change who I am, right? When I'm talking about like personal growth and stuff, it's not changing who you are. It's choosing who you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is that if you are a quiet person, you don't have to change that about yourself. If you don't like talking a lot, you don't have to change that about yourself. If you like being in a quiet, sedentary place and only interacting with people that you value, and ignoring people that you really don't find interesting, that's fine. You're not a horrible person for, pretending that you care about everything. Live your true self.
Yeah.
I there are days where I only speak to my husband and my cat. That's it.
Fair enough.
I don't want to talk to anybody, and that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm guessing a good transition. I mean, I'm thinking now, like, the other good thing about gaming communities is that you can start with text only.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you start getting to know people, and like you're saying, like you're trying this new social skills with people through the keyboard, you can say like, okay, let's jump on on an audio call, an audio chat, and just talk like that. And then after a while, you can say, okay, let's do video. And you can like gradually, and then later maybe you can meet them in person, or you can meet other people in person, right? Once you
Yeah.
get used to that
I mean, and
dynamic.
the only thing that I would say is make sure that it's something that you want to do.
Yeah.
Make sure that the other person wants to do it. Make sure that there is clear consent. If things are uncomfortable and awkward, it's okay to leave. It's okay to say no. It's okay to change your mind. Just because someone consented to a situation and then finds that situation to be awkward does not mean
Yeah.
you can't say no later. It's
Yeah.
it's it's important to be safe, and that is what community is. Safety. If you no longer feel safe, you are no longer part of a safe environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And either you have to set some boundaries or
Oh
bring
yeah.
it up with whoever's organizing it, or sometimes maybe just leave if
Mm-hmm.
the organizers don't really do anything about it.
One of my favorite games is Fallout 76. I love the Fallout franchise. It's favorite. And I have all of the Rocket Girl, like the outfit, the all of the stuff, right? I do not play with anyone else who is not my husband or someone that I actually know. When I go into a multiplayer game, I play by
Why is that?
myself. It, as a woman, having had certain experiences, male players are not polite when they find out that you are female.
Right.
They are either very aggressive. There was a point where I had to stop playing Fallout 76 because there was a player that was on all the time on my server, and every time he saw my name, he would just rocket launch at me, like just follow me around with a rocket launcher and just rocket. Yeah, I had to stop playing for several months because it was
Okay.
just annoying. That was several years ago, so he's gone. Uh, but I learned the hard way that when your avatar is hyper feminine, so the rocket girl, the rocketeer rocket girl outfit is very sexy. It's got the boots and the midriff and the bras showing and all of that stuff. Dudes will just clamor. They will just go, like, there was one point where I had to go to the bathroom, so I like hid her behind a building so that nothing could attack her, and I was gone for maybe 3 minutes, and I come back and there's 3 dudes in armor, like doing obscene stuff to my avatar. And I'm just like, what? And then they spent the rest of the time that I was there just following me around.
Right.
Like, yeah, no, like I know these things happen because it's happened to me. And I'm a middle-aged woman. Like, you don't want to date me.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, in that case, I don't know if they wanted to date you or just to have fun with the
No,
avatar
I
because they
know.
thought it was funny.
Like in
But
real life, in real life, you would never approach me, but
yeah.
because my avatar, is kind of sexy. You're like, let's go harass it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not. I don't like that. It's not
Yeah,
fun.
that's it. That's a really bad way if you want to find someone.
And like, this is one of my favorite games. I enjoy this game. I put money into this game. And to be forced to stop playing a game that I've put, I'm not joking, hundreds of dollars into. Because the other players don't know how to not teabag a woman is ridiculous.
Yeah. Um, I mean, sometimes there are moderators who do their job, sometimes not.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless, you should not be doing that. I mean, you should. I was going to say, if you want to find someone, no, you shouldn't be doing that. Period. That's it. Unless it's between your friends and you agreed that.
Yeah, no.
That's funny.
If you're familiar with someone and it's funny, that's fine.
Yeah.
Consent is everything. You need a place where you are allowed to grow into yourself. And the people around you give you food that helps you grow. For all of the people in the world that make you feel bad about yourself because of things that you love or things you can't control, there are 10 more that will embrace who you are and give you room to grow.
You just have to find them.
Yeah. And I mean, that is a struggle. That is, but it's worth it. And there's no reason why you should allow yourself to be in a situation where you're suffering because you don't want to be alone.
Yeah. I think that's a great place to stop, to be honest. That's fantastic. Kaylee, where can they find out more about you?
So I have a website, KayleeLopez.com. I also write articles for Medium, and I'm more active on Threads than any of my other social media, but I also have an Instagram.
Awesome. I'll put all the links in the description anyways. Thank you so much for coming. This was amazing. I hope people got a lot out of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Looking for a player too? I've interviewed hundreds of nerds and learned what really works. Download your data-backed guide with real stories, actionable tips, and a step-by-step system for finding love the nerd way at datelikernerd.com/reality.